Now let's do this. This video is on how remote job opportunities work. Yes, how anyone can benefit from this pool of opportunities which the proliferation of AI in almost every human endeavor have provided us. And this video is going to also benefit especially people in Africa who have been regionally restricted from working in almost, if not all, these AI remote platforms too. As you know before now, AI have changed the way we do things, the way we earn money, the kind of jobs we do. All right. So this is also the reason for the proliferation of AI remote job platforms. So this video is going to focus on how you can get money, how you can make money in this digital economy, all right, by leveraging on tech skills and this remote job platform. So the central where we are going to focus, the subject matter will be on Outlier, and we are going to look at how to create account with Outlier, what the onboard process looks like. We are going to look at the kind of task, what to expect, and how the remote desktop connection is made possible. Yes, this is the part you wouldn't want to miss, especially because for somebody in Africa, you want to know how you can connect remotely and work with these agencies. Anyway, you can get these things exhaustively explained and with hands on the deck, you can get it done practically when you join our remote job platform where we explore remote job opportunities, get people onboarded and started on their favorite remote job platform. So let's continue without wasting time because this is going to be a long video. It's going to cover a lot of things. I'm making this video for the newbies who wants to know what is Outlier, what is even a remote job platform, how is it possible for someone to stay wherever they are and make a lot of money and a better living by simply leveraging on generalist roles, on generalist skills, almost skills anybody have, things anybody can do online. As long as you have your mobile, you can use your mobile phone, you can just do a few things and you make money. This is what okay, we are getting to that. This is where what people call annotation comes in. Because it may sound like we are being too idealistic when we say these are things almost anybody can do. By the time we get to annotation in this video, you will understand how simple these things are. And it will sound insane to you that AI needs this kind of help from you. But by the time you understand this explanation, it will make meaning to you while what you are doing worth a lot of money from them. Okay, let's just continue. The focus will be on Outlier, like I mentioned, how to create accounts, what the onboard process looks like, what to expect, and how to make the remote connection possible. The first question is, what is Outlier? Outlier, as can be inferred from my preamble, simply is one of those AI agencies or platforms that is training her AI models using human input. Do you understand me? I said human input. And by human input, I simply mean anything you feed into the computer for an expected response. Sometimes not necessarily a response, it can even be to maybe to store something. Like the way you when you communicate with the computer, it can be called an input, those your demands. Those your demands, they can be called an input. So let me just explain this in a way that it may make a lot of meaning to a newbie. Um, Outlier, just like every other remote platform, training their models. When they want to train models on maybe vision, that is recognition of certain things, they create a particular project where the contributors of that project will have to do annotations that are related to that particular objective. Is this making meaning to you? If we were in the classroom, I would simply draw this in, on the board and give you some explanation. But look at this. When I view opportunities now, and you see the kind of opportunities that will be available to me. Here I have on all locations. This one says coding. This one is expert community. This one is AI training blind and low vision. Did you see what this is about? With the kind of data collected in this kind of projects, AI will be able to perform those kind of wonders, like where they recognize fingerprints, recognize faces, recognize passwords. Do you understand what I'm talking about? It is with data collected through annotation that AI can behave like a human being. So when you understand that for you to work with a remote job platform, especially as an annotator, simply means that you are training an AI model to behave in certain way, that's like a human being. By the time you understand this perfectly, then you have started. Now, let me re-echo. I said Outlier is one of those AI agencies that is training her models using human input. That simply means that what qualifies you to work with Outlier or to work with any other remote job platform out there is being a human being. That's what it means. As long as you're a human being, you can work. Whether you are skilled or whether you have expert, even though there is room for that. Like in this place, there are rooms for specialty, people with expertise knowledge of one particular skill or the other. But then there are also things called generalist opportunities. Can you see what I have here? Generalist. Now, generalist opportunities are opportunities almost anybody can do as long as you can read, understand, be able to carry out a few tasks. You'll be able to undertake not only on Outlier but on other platforms too. You'll be able to do or take generalist job roles, which actually is something I'm sure you would want to do. All right. So this is how it works, and this is not just on Outlier. Even if you're talking about Handshake or other platforms that we discuss in the community, there are always generalist roles anybody can do. So this is just an example. Now let's assume I'm trying to apply for any of these roles. Okay, this one is content writing, reviewing, and expertise. Rotation is not just about labeling images or maybe videos. All right, so it goes way beyond that, but simply it can mean labeling, as you can see from the previous video in the classroom. So let's assume I'm going for this project. I will simply click on it to apply, and while here I have to read the description. Okay, and after reading the description, we go on to apply. That's what happens. Now when I click on apply, it will take me to the stage where I log in. We are now on account creation. Remember the preview I gave you of this video? I said we are going to discuss account creation, how or what the onboard process looks like, the does that they don't, and how the remote desktop connection is made possible. Yes, this video is designed to capture the fundamentals, helping people or students to understand in its entirety what exactly this platform looks like and what to expect when we start carrying out the practicals in the classroom. All right, so if you're looking for a way to join the remote job platform, you simply have to message the numbers on your screen on WhatsApp and get the link you need to join the Telegram WhatsApp community. Okay, so let's continue now. Clicking apply here will take me to the login page where I will continue to either create a new account or log in if I have account already. This is the fastest way to find generalist roles on, okay, while working on Outlier. Just look at this. It says you're applying for English writing and content reviewing. Can you see that? All right, I can continue with Google. I can also put a new email and continue. This is just one way of creating an account. Let me just go back to it again. Um, that's going back to outlier.ai. That is the home page. Yes, outlier.ai. And here, this is the home page. What it looks like is because of the area I've gotten to. That's why it's just doing that. Okay, the most important thing to understand here is there are two major ways you can create accounts. Yes, you can create accounts as a generalist. You can also create accounts as a professional. To create account as a professional, you simply need to log in. You can log in. It will still take you to the login page or the sign up page. But now the difference between this one and what we did before is that where this one simply logs you into your page, viewing opportunities will help you to see the opportunities that are available in your country of residence. It means that the options here may vary. Do you understand? You can also filter by location. You can also filter by choosing the kind of roles you want. So when you choose generalist roles, like I explained before, you find out the generalist opportunities that are available from where you can choose from. Look at this one, it says trending. This one is highest pay, but this one is trending. A lot of people are going for it. Okay, so like I said, you simply click on the project, on that particular project. I recommend this. A lot of people have been from the classroom have been using it. You can apply. Okay, when you apply, look at the steps. It's already here. Look at the steps. You build your profile, you confirm your identity, you validate your skills, then you start earning on projects. It is at this point I explain the do's and the don'ts. Yes. Now, one of the things people do is to try getting fake IDs. I want to tell you without giving you so much explanation on it that it doesn't work. Did you hear me? It doesn't work. I am talking to you from the classroom. Yes, where a lot of people are trying different things. And I'm telling you that using fake IDs do not work. I'm also telling you again, as part of the do's and the don'ts, that creating accounts on the same details after account has been banned does not work also. If you understand how web applications work, you will know that whether your account is deleted or not, your information still stays with Outlier database. Do you understand? So when you go back to start to reuse the same details to create new profiles, it doesn't end well. You will either not get project or your account will be one of those accounts that even if you write well, the onboard, you won't even pass it. Do you understand what I'm talking about? All right. That's by the way. Now, the next thing we need to talk about here is on identity. This is another place I want to talk about the do's and the don'ts. Still on identity, one way we work in the community is the community members work with relatives, friends, colleagues abroad. That's one way we work in the in the community. We don't own accounts. Are you hearing me? We don't own accounts. We work with our relatives, our brothers, our colleagues, anybody that you can work with who lives abroad. This is for people in Africa now. Do you understand me? But for those of you in eligible countries, you don't need all that. You simply need to follow this process I have shown you, apply for the position you are looking for, and you continue to the next stage, which is the identity confirmation. Now, I'm explaining this for my brothers in Africa. You don't create accounts with your details. It's as if the fact that you're from Africa makes your details forbidden. Hmm? Let's leave it like that. So let the account be on the let it be in the details of those your connect whoever you are going to work with. Okay. Now, when it gets to identity verification, please let them verify their identity. What details? What requirements? They need your CV. They need your ID. And what is the ID there? ID is a means of identification. It can be government issued ID, it can be residential permit, okay, it can be driver's license. Any of these three can serve as a valid ID for you to work with Outlier. All right, the next thing is they will initialize the camera, having uploaded that your identity. They will initialize the camera, look at your face to know if you are the person, if it matches, okay, and also to know if you are in an eligible country, that is the country where your ID reveals. You don't have to be in Germany and your ID shows you are somewhere else in Italy or something. No, it doesn't work like that. Let your ID match your country of residence. Okay, these are the things, likely mistakes people make and they don't get projects or the account won't be successful. Okay, that's by the way. The next thing to do is on identity verification. The moment you have your ID uploaded and you have done the camera screener, then it's done. There is no difficult thing about it here. The next stage to take you to is where you validate your skills. Validating your skills is where you upload your CV. If you can create an account with Facebook, I said this in one of the classes, you can create an account with Outlier. It's very simple. You see what I'm doing here? And it's even giving you the stages. I cannot go past this stage because I'm in Africa and I don't really have account with that email address that is associated with this Outlier. I've used it for various trainings. That's why it's associated with Outlier. They even send me messages on it, but there is actually no account on that. So the next stage is where you validate your skill. You validate your skill by answering a few questions depending on the kind of things they see on your CV. But then as a generalist, those questions are not going to be too professional for you to handle. There are things you can handle. Now let me go back to people in Africa. When it gets to this stage, please don't interfere. Let that your connect abroad do it. Did you hear me? Don't interfere. Leave them to do the identity verification and validating their skills. Now, after that, validating your skills, the next stage it gets you to is now the onboard stage. Yes, it's now the onboard. In the classroom, there are various ways we handle onboard, and this is not exactly the kind of information I should unveil to you publicly in this video. You simply need to join our Telegram WhatsApp community where we discuss not only the skills that are necessary to work, but we also give individual assistance on account creation, onboard processes, and where we also unveil various outlier tasks and how to do them. So you see, it's a full package what we do in the community. So, but I will give you some tips and help you to understand some things about onboard. Onboard simply is the assessment you get before the actual project. Yes, the essence of onboard is to prepare you for the forthcoming task. Do you understand? I remember telling people, the great minds in our community, that it doesn't matter how you want to do it. You need to please understand what these onboard questions are. Because if you are not the person who did onboard, I'm not saying that if you're in my community, you will do onboard yourself, but I'm letting you know that you will not only know how that onboard works, but you will understand it. You will have an in-depth understanding of what that project is. Because you need to contribute very well to that project for you to always have projects on your outlier dashboard. Do you understand me? That's why the preparedness, the guidance is important. So that you not only just have an account that is working and earning you money, you understand the business itself and understand what projects you are contributing to and how your profile can always have projects for you to benefit from. Anyway, a lot of things to talk about. I cannot finish everything in one video. You definitely need to join that community to learn everything. So by the time that onboard is finished, you will have projects and various projects, various tasks. You might be wondering, what does outlier task look like? I think I have shown some of outlier tasks on the YouTube, on our YouTube channel. You can check that. Apart from that, if you want to always have practical live class on live outlier task, join the Telegram community. This is where it is held. You will see what the task looks like. We discuss what the task looks like. We answer the questions, and you build the confidence needed to work with not only Outlier but any other remote job platform out there. So this is how the account creation step is done, and that is number one. The next thing I want to talk about now is how then do I work remotely if I'm in Africa? Yes, having been offered a project, having successfully onboarded the account, now I'm receiving projects my brother or my relative who created the accounts have handed it over to me. How do I connect remotely and start working on that account? That is what the next part of this video is about. All right, so there has been a lot of suggestions, there has been a lot of methods. I have seen people use proxy, some use residential proxy, there are a lot of options, but I will tell you for sure that the secret will be leaked in the classroom, not here. That is just the truth. I am going to simply tell you a fair ones, like I have mentioned in some of the videos. You can use RODP. RODP simply means Remote Desktop Protocol. Yes, example of RODP is AnyDesk. Yes, another example is a Rust Desk. Okay, another example is a TeamViewer, UltraView. Do you understand what I'm talking about? These are RODPs. And what do they do? By the time you get them, let me show you an example of RODP. If I minimize this and if I go to this folder, I'm trying to find where I have that file, or rather, I will simply look for Rust Desk. I think I have the file saved somewhere. Okay, so see what it looks like. Can you see my recent connections? Yes, these are my recent connections. If I want to connect your system, it doesn't matter which part of the world you are. What you simply need to do is to download a remote desktop connection called Rust Desk. And if you download it, here, look at the interface. You can simply enter my ID. And if you enter my ID on your own panel, you simply connect. And from here, I will see your invitation. I will accept or decline, depending on what I want to do. And after that is done, I will have access to your system and you will have access to mine. Yes, and all you simply need to do is to go to Chrome and open Outlier, log in and start working. Does it make sense to you? This is what remote desktop protocols can do. The same way this Rust desk works is also the same way AnyDesk works. The same way UltraView works. It's all about using the ID. You enter the ID of your client and you connect. The moment you connect, you have access to their system, they have access to yours, and you can use their system to do whatever you want to do. RODPs are very good, especially if you can buy the Pro version of it. They are very good. If you buy the Pro version, the speed is usually stable and it's one of the safest way you can connect remotely and do these remote jobs online after the account has been created by either your relative or whatever connect, whatever source you want to use out there. All right, so that's one way. You have Ultra. I think I have Ultra View, yes, on the desktop. Look at it. Okay, so I have Ultra View here. I also have I told you there are various ways you can connect. You see this one? Okay, I have ID, I have my partner ID and the password. If I enter that, I will simply connect. So that's how these things work. There are various ways you can make the connection, and to effect this, to use it, we simply will do that for you in the classroom. But this is exactly how the remote desktop connection is made possible. So I hope that is understood. So when you watch this video, you understand what remote job opportunities are. I told you that remote job opportunities will always come out. Yes, there will always be remote job opportunities. Now, the reason is because AI is now proliferated into almost, if not all, spheres of human engagement now. In almost anything you think of now, any industry, AI is there. And as long as there is AI there, there is need for human beings to train those AI on behavioral tendencies. Do you understand me? And that simply is the reason or the essence of annotation. Yes. That's the essence of annotation, is to teach these AI models how humans think, how humans behave, what a human would do in certain situations. This is exactly what makes technology to look magical. So that's the first thing to understand, how remote job opportunities will always come, and it's something you should benefit from, because By the time you look at what you are seeing here, someone asked me how much does one or can one earn working with Outlier or from these platforms. There is no fixed amount to it. Now, are you seeing that this one pays $30 per hour and this one pays $30 per hour too? Uh, some pay more, some pay less. Okay, you see, this one is 35, this one is 6, 8, 20. Do you understand? So it depends on the project you are contributing to. I think the more complex the project, the higher the pay, something like that. So it's not a fixed amount, but I'm telling you, it's something you need to not only try, you just need to do it. All right. So that's, by the way, that's the first point to note. How there will always be proliferation of AI jobs in the human society, and how you should join our remote job community where we not only help you to create accounts on these platforms, we also help you get the onboard done and ready, and get you to start earning meaningfully from your favorite remote job platform. So that's by the way, we also talked about how the account creation is done. We talked about the things that you need, the requirements to create the account. We also talked about the doors, the things to avoid. Yes, the things to avoid. Well, these things will be easy to understand if you are in the classroom. So that's, by the way, watch this video. You can share with your friends, share with your relatives who wants to understand how these platforms work and how anybody can take advantage of these platforms and improve their economic well-being. All right, thank you very much for your time. I will see you in the classroom. Bye bye.